Hi, my name is Sandy Carter. I'm IBM's Vice President for Social Business, and welcome to our Social Business Coffee Break. We are here today with a great guest, Dennis Rott from Portico Consulting. Welcome.
Thank you, Sandy.
So one of the things I want to talk about first is tell me a little bit about who Portico is and what your passion is around social for the company.
Yeah, for many years, Portico has been focusing on providing business solutions to really add value to the end users. And we do this by leveraging the Portico technology platform. And by doing that, we are injecting relevant data from backend systems and also social data in the right business context. In that way, we really add value to the end users in the day-to-day business process. That's basically what we're focusing on for the last 11 years.
Oh, wow, 11 years.
Yes.
Wow, amazing. Now, right now we're seeing such a big trend in social. In fact, I would say that it's maybe even beyond a trend, it's becoming part of what everybody does. You have a methodology that can help customers as they're looking at social. Can you just describe that a little bit for us?
Yeah, exactly. What our clients realize is that the value of social data is becoming strategic. So what we really do with our clients is making sure that we take the relevant data, for example, from IBM connections, like profiles or communities, and we inject it in the right business context, in the day-to-day process. So that's when it really starts becoming visible what you can do with social data. And in that way, it's also driving adoption. Because the end users now see the value of the social data, because it's coming back in the day-to-day business process. And that's what our clients realize now, and yeah, that's really why we are, from Portico, really focusing on at this moment.
I think that's really important. Big data and its use in the social context helps to drive adoption.
Yeah.
Helps to drive adoption. So tell us a couple, do you have a favorite customer story of someone that is doing this today and how they're using it to drive adoption?
Yes, we have Omron, a Japanese company, and we, for example, have created a couple of pages in their Ozone, which is their portal platform, which is really about helping salespeople preparing their sales visits. So what we give them is a 360-degree view of all the structured and validated data, for example in the customer dashboard. But we also do this from a social dashboard perspective, meaning we're giving them all kinds of social data, relevant social data for that particular customer that they're preparing their visit for. And we inject it in there, so that's data residing in Facebook or LinkedIn or in Twitter. But especially also the part from IBM Connections becomes really interesting, because in that way we can also share the experiences and the experts within the company to really help them close businesses more frequently and in a better way.
Wow, so this is really exciting. So we just heard a couple of, I think, interesting things. So one is that big data, the right use of it in a social context helps to drive adoption.
Yes.
And for Omron, with their Ozone view for sellers, so going beyond marketing. So social going beyond just a use of marketing now in a social process.
Exactly.
And using that embedded in a business process.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, we did that.
So that's pretty amazing. So any last advice, like if I'm a customer sitting there today, what advice would you give me on this whole topic of big data and adoption? What should they do? What should they look for? There are one or two things that you would advise them on.
Yeah, I would really take care that they have a look at the strategic value of social data. And what they really should do is take relevant data from social data like IBM Connections and inject it in the right business context in the structured and validated data processes.
Oh.
I think that really is driving also adoption for them.
Excellent.
So I think it would be really good if they could do that.
Excellent, excellent. Well, you heard it here, Dennis Rott with Portico on really how big data can help drive, in a social context, can help drive your adoption. My name is Sandy Carter. I'm Vice President of Social Business at IBM. Thank you so much for your time.